work, messing with the new camera, all that good stuff. Anyway, got a few people who want to mess with the real deal A123 pouch cells. I have 8. I want to build a good little battery pack for my Volkswagen. I'm also considering doing a flat pack. Got a few people who've been playing with different resins and things like that, which has been great. I want to do the same thing, but unlike Jack, who just kind of goes for it and starts casting real things in resin just for whatever purpose he's got going, that's fine. But for me and for many others, we might need a different avenue here. The batteries cells are not that thick. They are vacuum packed. They are very strong. They're sealed. I really like them a lot, and I think they're going to be a great little battery. And I made a suggestion to a fella who's been booted off the list about making a mock cell. So I thought I would see what would happen. What I came up with, my idea was just 2 pieces of cardboard from a cardboard box, cut out to the same size as an A123 cell, and I took an aluminum pie tin and cut out little aluminum tabs. These little aluminum tabs are almost identical thickness, bendability as the A123 cells. And so I thought, wow, what a great opportunity to make a cell. Not only that, they're in the center. And all it takes is some cardboard boxes, not terribly thick. These MockCells are just a buzz thicker than the actual real cell. Don't have a lot of choice with boxes, but I tried to pick a box that would be the right size, so as not to be too thick, and just to match best we can. So I did that, and I made a template, which happens to be on the floor. Did a cutout template, did a cutout little tab. Just kind of used the real cell, made its own little deal here. It kind of got smushed when I was using it for cutting. So that gives the height above the cell, size of the cell, position of everything, and also a little bit down inside. So when you put these all together, it works. I was thinking of using Elmer's glue. That's going to take a while. Trusty little hot glue gun. And lots of hot glue. And what I've done is to take in the box, so you can see there's a little crease in these cells here. Not sure if you can see that well there. There's a little crease here. Little crease allows me to fold like so. And, so anyway, I've got tabs, got cardboard, got my template, got my pen, and my hot glue gun. So a pie tin, cardboard, and an A123. They've actually got sizes up on the web, so you don't have to even use one as a template. You just measure it out with your ruler and make your own. Probably even be a little bit more exact than mine, but mine are pretty damn close. Simple, fast, and expendable. So I can cast a bunch of these things together. So I can take 2 of them. And you got the spaces in between, just like the real deal. You can put your little spacers in there. However you want to design your thing, you can cast it, you can fiberglass it, you can do whatever you want, any layout you want. And the other thing I was going to do is I was going to use a piece of wood. Instead of an aluminum block, I was just going to use some wood to represent aluminum blocks to hook the tabs together and screw them together and bolt them together, because these are just mock-ups, and if the mock-ups work good and look good, then you can proceed to do the real thing. And if something gets messed up, you're only out a couple pennies versus $35 per cell. So I opted to do the easy route and the mock route. Give you guys an opportunity to see that and think about it. Might decide to play with it. That way you don't have to spend a lot of money and you still get to play with design. And that's what it's for. It's for design. So it takes it from the napkin stage to the next stage. So how easy is it? Take my template, lay it out on the table, lay it on my piece of cardboard, line here. Try not to let anything move. Little line here, line across the top. Close up any lines that you're missing here. Make them reasonably straight. And since the cardboard's the right size to make two of them, I just flip it over. And two of them is what I need to make a single cell mock-up. And I do this again. Mark it and mark it. Cross it with a T, whatever you want to call it. Close it all up. T-square, cardboard, just kind of general. So there you have two things laid out. Take the knife, which again is on the floor. Razor blade knife, and to make it simple, just gonna cut this thing in half at the top of one, and again at the top, and we're gonna cut the top of the other one. Slick off, just as slick as can be. Down the sides. We're not going for ultra precision here, guys. This is for mock-up cell pack design. So just wanted to give a quickie. There's one half. And then I'll just trim down the other one. And then I'll take the inside, which is the dirty side. I'll use my template, which is what got the little notch cut out, so I know how deep to put my little tabs because I cut them out to size. Line this up and make my marks. I make my marks on the inside, that way they're not showing on the outside. And then I take a tab, little hot glue right inside that little mark line there, just like that. Line this right up and press tightly. So again, hot glue in the little spot that I've laid aside. Another tab, set it on the spot and press tightly. Glue cools off fairly quick. It'll hold good enough. So now you have half a pack with tabs on it. Now what you want to do is you want to take the inside again, put the inside, and I'm going to take my hot glue and I'm going to glue the top portion of this. Not too worried about a ton of stuff. Get this all set up, lined up quickly. Kind of got to move at a reasonable clip and press tightly for a moment. So, and if it doesn't work as well as you'd like, don't worry about it. It's a mock-up. And again, take the bottom part, since it's got the little flippy flap there that I've decided to make use of. Well, again, hot glue around the edge. Don't have to have a whole lot in the middle, just some good around the edge. And again, press tightly. And there you have it. All done. I'll do one more. This time, I don't think I have enough to do two of them side by side, so I'm not going to bother. So again, you lay out your template, mark your sides, mark your top, close off the top, flip it over, and do it again. Just keeping an eye on the thing here. So we're going to close it up, close off the top where the little tab lines are. We're going to cut the main pieces out. And again, to save money on design failures or just different ideas, and you want a bunch of different ideas to kind of look at all at once to make a whole bunch of different design things and not have to worry about anything. Cost at this point is null and void. So anybody who wants in the game can do so. They can be in the game, cell designs, toss up their mock-up design for everybody to see and evaluate. Yeah, don't know how the batteries are going to react, but so far I think everything's going to be just fine with how batteries are going to react. And again, some of this junk off. You know, and if you need to squish the cardboard down a little bit to make your pack a little thinner to match, that's as possible as well. So anyway, so we're going to line everything up, make our tab lineup marks here, quick and easy. Get some more hot glue. Got a whole bag of hot glue sticks. So I'm not worrying about running out of hot glue. And, so we're going to put some hot glue down. Get this hard piece of junk out of here. And put a piece of tab material down. Squish it down real hard. Some of the glue came off. So anyway, got to be careful with them possibly coming apart. Yes, that's an issue. But if you glue them well, I don't think you're going to have too much trouble. So that's basically what we're doing here. And so you can see for yourself just how insanely simple it is to build a mock-up cell. Any grocery store is going to have aluminum pie tins, unless you have another source of thin aluminum that would work, or some scrap copper for the cause. And again, we're going to put a good layer of hot glue down over this and over the edge. To set everything down and press firmly for a moment. The outside edges are well glued with hot glue. Flip up the little flap. And the reason I do this is because this stuff cools fast, so you want to have this stuff, a good stick of glue per one of these cells is about what it's taking. That's pretty cheap cost factor wise. Yeah, and they're stiff. So anyway, that quick. 1, 2, 3, 4 cells, and I didn't have to wait for a slow boat to China to get them. And now, if you want to do a 4-pack, you can do a 4-pack, or you can do 6, you can do an 8, you can do 12, whichever you prefer. So now I have a 4-pack. So I'm going to go dig out 2 more of the original cells. I'm going to show you the differences in size. Well, I had to stop for breakfast. Eggs and toast. Anyway, 4 of the A123 cells. All stacked up. And 4 of my mock-up cells. So actually my mock-up cells squished down a little bit. It's about thickness of one piece of my cardboard, too thick. So if there's a way to put a bit of pressure on these and just kind of squish them down a little bit. But for mock-ups and design, I think they'll do just fine. And this was just a quickie with cardboard that I had available. But wanted to show that it is a viable, really lightweight, but it's a viable way to come up with a design and actually get that design and see it rather than just have it in your head. to actually put it down on paper, squish it down. You can shrink wrap things if you want to do that. You can do all kinds of little doodads, goodads, and whatnots. So there's my little show on mock-up A123 Cells. I think you'll find that you might want to do this if you want to get in this game. That way you don't have to buy the cells right away. Come up with some designs. Use wood and regular little cheapo bolts. Not even have to use washers or anything, but those would be included in the final design, of course. But just get something and put it together. Do it just like you would a regular, however you would want to do your own. You can do piles and piles and piles of these things for pennies compared to the cost of just one of these. So it's a good choice, I think, to go that route. And again, one more time, from Saturdays and EVs, we're glad to assist, glad to help, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. Cheerio, orange juice for breakfast. Stay tuned. There will be more.